Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out today's video. Today we're going to talk about not a new strategy, but an old strategy that has been made almost unstoppable with the addition of the 20 camp space. So let's go ahead and jump into some live replays. Alright, so let's jump into this first attack. Now, I'm not going to show you the sketch or anything. These were friendly wars we did last night. And the idea is very, very simple. So let's go ahead and hit play here. What you're trying to do, here's the army comp here. 5 super witches, 4 healers, and then whatever you want to work with the base. But the 5 super witches is key with the siege barracks hogs. Now you're going to zap Quake to basically create a funnel and take down some value. Now the value, I think, maybe not so important. Of course, always get value where you can. What seems to be the most important is pathing. Just like anything in this game, it seems like it's always about pathing. And with this, I get a scatter shot, but you'll see in some of the other raids coming up, I don't always get a scatter shot. So anyway, here we go. Warden walk. With this strategy, you try to keep the warden walks a little bit, how do you say, short, right? You don't want to have too long of a warden walk, was my thinking coming into this, okay? However, you're going to see me go all the way into 2 minutes with this warden walk, and we'll see how this raid turns out. So, ran into a Tesla here. It's really slowing me down. I want that cannon down before I place my queen. I just don't want to risk her walking away from the town hall. So here I have the funnel. Now I'm going to put the queen down to pull the warden over. I put an ice golem and a king to create the other side of the funnel to make sure all the witches will go into the town hall. So a little bit later, siege barracks. I feel like with these super witches, they move so slow that I try to put the siege barracks down much later than I normally would because I don't want the hogs coming out too soon. So anyway, witches and everybody moving in here. Had to tome there. The town hall went down. Here come the hogs, and you see what I'm talking about. I put that siege barracks down what I would consider a little bit late, or later, like delayed, and they still came out before the witches even got to the core of the base. Now, it does end up looking like it's working out pretty well here. The witches are in the core. Hogs are running around the outside of the base, and the synergy between the two, the witches in the core with the healers, they're just not gonna die. And because you can have 5 of them, they're gonna have the big boys tank pretty much everything you could possibly imagine for them. Of course, they are taking damage. You are gonna lose some, but if they can make that push through the core of the base where the bulk of the defenses are raining down on them, then you're gonna make it through this base. You're gonna be fine. So as you see here, Royal Champ's coming around, and the witches are tanking for the single target Inferno, or the big boys were tanking for them. And everything is just seems to be going pretty good. We did lose the Royal Champion there, but we are gonna go ahead and move through the rest of this base, even though the witches are a little bit slow. Keep in mind, I warden walked all the way into 2 minutes on this, so even though the super witches are really slow, if the siege barracks hogs and the champion can work their way around the base fast enough, you can still triple with a minute-long warden walk with super witches, which was something that wouldn't happen before. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the next raid. Okay, here is another base. Pretty much the identical army comp, except for I'm bringing wall breakers instead of an ice golem. I'm gonna go ahead and zap the scatter shot here again because I can get a scatter the expo the air defense, and the wizard tower. And look, it's also creating one heck of a funnel here. So my warden walk is actually going to be very short. So here we go. Gonna just do a little bit, kind of deciding if I want to put the queen down. Wasn't really sure. It's been a while. I did make a video on this exact strategy before the update, right when the Super Witches first came out actually, and it was good even then. But with the addition of this camp space, it really has become super, super powerful. Here we go. I start the funnel, and now I'm going to start the queen, a Coco Loon, test wall breaker, and we're going to rage up so that the healers can be under rage while we're working our way into this town hall. Now you're going to see what I'm talking about here with putting the siege barracks down early or with the king, like right away for the funnel. We have to beat our way through this CC. Kind of wish I brought a poison, but the problem is here come the hogs, right? I've already hit the warden tome, so I'm not going to be able to catch hogs in the tome, which looks like maybe I wouldn't anyway. But yeah, lose a good portion of the hogs there, which is really unfortunate. So I'm going to send the Royal Champ to support the king down here at the bottom. Going to freeze up that single. King is still not going to last very long, but the witches did make it to the core where there is a multi-target inferno. A lot of bases seem like they have multi-targets in the core, and with the super witches, it doesn't bother them one bit. So anyways, working our way around the base. No hogs. Swag the hogs, basically. And the witches did kind of split up here, which is not ideal. You kind of want those witches to stay together if you can. But once they're in the core of the base, you really can't control what they're going to do at that point. So 2 witches go out for cleanup, and the rest of the army moves through the core with the Royal Champ in support, picking off defenses around the outside compartments. Everybody's working their way through. We took the last eagle shots there, but we did end up making it just fine. The super witches are going to be tanking that single target inferno for a bit, but worse things have happened. The big boys are out in front. They are tanking. The queen, the healers, everybody's kind of working together to slowly, methodically push our way through this base. And again, you could tell how many troops are left. As long as there's enough time, this is going to be a triple. So what I'm noticing is that the funnel is everything. The witches are very particular, and if you don't have the funnel set very firm, they will walk or they will split, and the raid is going to be awful, because if the witches don't go into the core together, you're not going to get a whole lot of percent. They do get picked off pretty easy. They are tanky, but they do get picked off. So this is going to be the last base I'm going to show. Something of a box base kind of here. 3 hard island infernos there. Back to the comp with the ice golem. So here we go. Where did I decide to zap? I wanted to zap this 3 o'clock inferno compartment because we could get an inferno, a archer tower, and an expo, and the funnel. And the funnel is also very simple here. So there we go. We got the quakes and the lightning spells done. Just gonna grab that storage. Then we're gonna put the queen in to draw the warden down. Now for this one, the funnel is gonna have to move fairly quick, because there's not a lot of buildings between where I want a funnel and where I want the witches to go into, and I don't want the king going down too quick. He doesn't have a lot really to protect him. The ice golem goes down incredibly fast. So now, once I have to use his ability, he's pretty much swagged. I do have the headhunter that I'm going to use with him when it looks like he's going to take on the enemy king. And that's just to help him live maybe 4 or 5 swings of his sword longer, because we really don't want to lose that king too quick. He's tanking for all those wizards. He's very valuable. So there we go. Witches are in. The big boys are in. We raged and we tomed everybody. We got the hogs coming in now. This is actually a really good time for the hogs to come out. Got the Royal Champ in support with the hogs. The queen and the scatter shot doing all kinds of work over there, so we freeze them up. Let the Royal Champ take her down. The scatter shot is blasting those wizards, but that's fine. The Royal Champ actually got sucked into the core of the base where there was a CC witch that just was being pesky and would not go down. But again, you're going to notice here we have the queen with the healers, and I think that's a big boy she's got with her. One of the witches got hung back. The other 3 have worked their way all the way up to the 10 o'clock of the base. And the world champ goes down to that scatter 1 shot before the scatter goes down. That was really unfortunate. However, the queen with the healers is going to be able to take care of this entire 1 and 2 o'clock side of the base. And those 3 super witches with the big boys should be able to take down most of the 11 to 12 o'clock area. It's really just going to come down to if we can get that scatter down before it kills all the troops. So a witch actually moves in there, had about 2/3 health, finishes off the scatter because it was only at 1 shot before it died anyway. And everybody's working their way to the 12 o'clock to finish off this base. And this attack strategy is completely broken. If you can funnel all the witches into the base, you're almost guaranteed a 3 stars. So that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.